Brown patches can make even a healthy lawn look like it's beyond saving. Most homeowners assume the grass is dead, head to the store for expensive products, or start planning to reseed the entire area. The surprising truth is that many brown patches aren't permanent. When the real cause is identified, one inexpensive kitchen powder can help support recovery and encourage new green growth in the right conditions. Before we reveal what it is, tell us where you're watching from and subscribe for practical lawn care tips based on proven methods. First, let's uncover why brown patches appear in the first place, because treating the wrong cause can waste both time and money. A brown patch doesn't automatically mean your grass is dead. That's one of the biggest misunderstandings in lawn care, and it often leads homeowners to spend money on solutions that never address the real problem. Take a closer look before reaching for a product. Grass can turn brown for several completely different reasons. A week of intense heat may dry out the blades. A period without enough rainfall can force the lawn into survival mode. Heavy foot traffic may compact the soil, making it harder for roots to breathe. Even a pet's favorite spot can leave behind a patch that looks far worse than it actually is. Each cause tells a different story beneath the surface. In many situations, the grass blades are damaged while the roots remain alive. That means the lawn still has the ability to recover if growing conditions improve. Digging everything up or reseeding immediately may only add unnecessary work and expense. Timing influences what you see. During hot weather, many cool season grasses naturally slow their growth to conserve energy. The lawn may lose its rich green color and develop dry-looking areas, even though the root system is still protecting itself underground. Once temperatures become more favorable and moisture returns, those same areas often begin growing again. Soil deserves just as much attention. Compacted ground limits the movement of water, oxygen, and nutrients. Even a healthy lawn struggles when its roots can't access what they need. From above, the result looks like disease or permanent damage, but the real problem lies below the surface. Nutrient shortages can create a similar appearance. Grass needs the right balance of essential nutrients to maintain healthy color and steady growth. When those nutrients become limited, the lawn often loses vigor before weeds appear or bare soil becomes visible. Brown patches may simply be an early warning that the grass is under stress. Guessing usually makes the problem worse. Applying random products without understanding the cause can delay recovery instead of helping it. Some lawns need moisture, others need healthier soil. Certain areas simply need the right nutrients to begin growing normally again. Identifying the reason behind the discoloration always comes before choosing a solution. Once you understand why brown patches develop, the next question becomes much more interesting. How can one inexpensive kitchen powder help certain stressed lawns regain their healthy color and encourage new growth? The science behind that answer comes next. Now that you know brown patches aren't always a sign of dead grass, the next question is obvious. How can an inexpensive kitchen powder help a struggling lawn recover? The answer begins beneath the surface, where healthy roots and proper nutrition determine whether new growth is even possible. The key ingredient is Epsom salt, also known as magnesium sulfate. Unlike a traditional fertilizer, Epsom salt doesn't supply the three primary nutrients: nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Instead, it provides magnesium and sulfur, two secondary nutrients that support important plant functions when they're lacking in the soil. Magnesium has a particularly important job. It's the central element in every chlorophyll molecule, the green pigment that allows grass to capture sunlight and convert it into energy through photosynthesis. Without enough magnesium, the lawn becomes less efficient at producing the energy needed for healthy growth, and stressed areas may gradually lose their rich green color. Sulfur plays a different role. It helps plants build essential proteins and supports several natural processes involved in growth and nutrient use. Healthy grass depends on those processes to repair damaged tissue and produce fresh blades after periods of stress. Recovery starts below ground before you notice it above ground. If the roots remain alive, supplying missing nutrients can improve the plant's ability to produce new growth. That doesn't mean brown grass turns green overnight. Instead, healthier roots gradually support new blades, replacing older, damaged tissue as normal growth resumes. Results depend on the condition of the lawn. A grass plant suffering from temporary nutrient stress may respond well if magnesium is genuinely limited. On the other hand, Epsom salt won't repair roots destroyed by disease, severe insect damage, or prolonged drought. Those problems require different solutions because the underlying cause isn't a magnesium deficiency. This distinction is what many online videos overlook. Epsom salt isn't a miracle cure, and it isn't a replacement for balanced lawn care. Its value comes from addressing a specific nutritional need under the right conditions. Used appropriately, it can become one helpful tool within a much larger lawn care program, not a magic powder that fixes every brown patch. Understanding the science gives you confidence, but results still depend on proper application. The next section explains how to use the one-cup method correctly, so you give your lawn the best possible chance to recover without wasting time or product. Knowing what to use is only half the process. The way you apply it often determines whether your lawn gradually recovers or shows very little improvement. A few small adjustments can make a noticeable difference. Begin by measuring the amount carefully. The one-cup guideline isn't about using as much as possible. It's about applying a consistent amount that matches the area you're treating. More product won't force the grass to recover faster, and excessive applications only increase waste without improving the outcome. Preparation matters before the mixture reaches the lawn. Dissolve the Epsom salt completely in water so it spreads evenly during application. Undissolved crystals can settle at the bottom of the container, causing some areas to receive too much while others receive almost none. A smooth, well-mixed solution produces much more consistent coverage. Weather can influence the results more than many people realize. A calm, dry day allows the treatment to remain where you apply it. Strong wind reduces accuracy, while rain arriving too soon may wash part of the solution away before the grass has enough time to absorb it. Checking the forecast first is often worth the extra few minutes. Rather than covering the entire lawn, concentrate on the affected areas. If only a few brown patches are showing signs of stress, there's little benefit in treating healthy sections that don't need additional magnesium. Targeting the problem areas also makes it easier to monitor changes over the following days. Recovery happens gradually, not instantly. Many homeowners expect dramatic color changes within 24 hours. Healthy lawns don't usually respond that way. The first improvements often appear as fresh green shoots emerging around the damaged area, followed by thicker growth as the grass continues producing new blades. Supporting the lawn after application is just as important. Maintain a sensible watering schedule, mow at the recommended height for your grass type, and avoid placing unnecessary stress on recovering areas. These everyday habits allow healthy roots to use available nutrients more effectively while encouraging steady growth. As the days pass, focus on overall progress instead of searching for overnight perfection. A patch that slowly becomes greener and denser is moving in the right direction, even if traces of brown remain for a while. Lasting recovery usually develops step by step rather than all at once. Even perfect application has limits. The next section explains where this one-cup method delivers its best results, where it falls short, and how recognizing the difference can save you from chasing unrealistic expectations. Every lawn responds differently, and understanding where this method performs well is just as important as knowing how to apply it. Matching the treatment to the right situation produces far better results than expecting one solution to fix every type of damage. Lawns showing signs of nutrient stress often benefit the most. When grass has healthy roots but lacks the nutrients needed to maintain strong growth and rich color, supplying magnesium can support normal plant functions. As fresh blades develop, faded areas may gradually blend back into the surrounding lawn. Heat-stressed turf is another situation worth considering. Extended periods of high temperatures can leave grass looking dry and lifeless, even though the root system remains alive beneath the soil. Once temperatures moderate and proper watering resumes, providing missing nutrients may help support the lawn's natural recovery process instead of forcing new growth artificially. Young lawns can also benefit under the right conditions. Recently established grass often experiences temporary stress while developing a stronger root system. If magnesium availability is limiting healthy growth, correcting that deficiency may encourage steadier development without relying solely on additional fertilizer. Not every brown patch has the same cause. Areas damaged by fungal diseases, insect infestations, or prolonged root rot require targeted treatments designed for those specific problems. Adding Epsom salt alone won't eliminate a lawn fungus or repair roots that have already died. Identifying the underlying cause remains the most important step before choosing any treatment. Heavy shade creates another challenge. Grass growing beneath dense trees or beside buildings receives less sunlight throughout the day. Even with adequate nutrients, limited light restricts photosynthesis and slows recovery. Improving sunlight exposure or selecting shade-tolerant grass varieties usually has a greater impact than applying additional supplements. Realistic expectations build better results. Some lawns begin showing healthier green growth within days, while others recover much more gradually depending on weather, soil conditions, and the severity of the original stress. Measuring progress over several weeks provides a far more accurate picture than judging the lawn after only a day or two. The biggest advantage of this method isn't creating overnight miracles. Its real strength lies in supporting healthy grass while the lawn repairs itself naturally. When the conditions are right, that steady improvement often lasts much longer than quick cosmetic fixes. Even when the treatment matches the problem perfectly, a few common mistakes can quietly slow recovery. Before you expect new grass to fill those brown patches, there's one more step that can make all the difference. By now, you've seen that this one-cup method can support lawn recovery under the right conditions. Yet many homeowners never experience the results they're hoping for, not because the treatment doesn't work, but because a few avoidable mistakes interrupt the recovery process. The first mistake happens before the application even begins. Many people treat every brown patch exactly the same. A lawn stressed by nutrient deficiency needs a different approach than one damaged by fungus, insects, or pet urine. Applying the wrong solution to the wrong problem wastes valuable time while the real cause continues damaging the grass. Another problem appears after the treatment is applied. Some homeowners water the lawn immediately, believing extra moisture will speed everything up. Others avoid watering completely for several days. Neither extreme is ideal. Following a balanced watering routine gives recovering roots the environment they need without creating unnecessary stress. Recovery also depends on mowing habits. Cutting the lawn too short removes a large portion of the leaf surface responsible for producing energy through photosynthesis. When grass is already recovering from stress, losing too much healthy growth can slow the entire process. Maintaining the recommended mowing height allows the lawn to rebuild strength more efficiently. Patience often becomes the deciding factor. Fresh grass doesn't appear overnight simply because a treatment was applied. Healthy roots need time to absorb nutrients, produce new growth, and gradually replace damaged blades. Looking for dramatic changes after only a day or two often leads homeowners to believe the method has failed when recovery is actually underway. Environmental conditions continue influencing the outcome. Extreme heat, prolonged drought, or persistent shade can slow progress even when the treatment is used correctly. Those factors don't necessarily stop recovery, but they can extend the timeline before visible improvement becomes noticeable. Successful lawn care is rarely about one product alone. Healthy soil, proper watering, sensible mowing, and timely nutrition all work together to create the conditions where new grass can develop naturally. The one-cup method supports that process. It doesn't replace the fundamentals that every healthy lawn depends on. Imagine returning to the same brown patch a few weeks later and seeing fresh green growth replacing what once looked beyond saving. That transformation usually comes from combining the right treatment with consistent lawn care habits, not from chasing quick fixes. Helping damaged grass recover is only the first step. In the final section, you'll discover the everyday habits that keep your lawn greener, stronger, and far less likely to develop new brown patches in the future. Watching new grass appear is satisfying, but the real goal is making sure those brown patches don't return a few weeks later. Lasting results come from creating conditions where healthy turf stays strong instead of constantly recovering from stress. Think of your lawn as a living system. Every practice watering, mowing, feeding, and soil care affects the others. When one part of that system is neglected, the entire lawn becomes more vulnerable. Keeping those elements in balance is far more effective than searching for a new product every season. Water deeply instead of frequently. Light daily watering encourages shallow roots that dry out quickly during hot weather. A deeper soaking, followed by time for the soil to dry slightly, encourages roots to grow farther down in search of moisture. Strong roots give grass a much better chance of staying green during periods of heat and limited rainfall. The height of your mower matters more than many homeowners realize. Grass cut too short loses valuable leaf area needed for photosynthesis. Taller blades capture more sunlight, protect the soil from excessive heat, and reduce moisture loss. That extra protection helps prevent stress before brown patches have an opportunity to develop. Healthy soil deserves regular attention as well. Compacted ground restricts the movement of air, water, and nutrients around the roots. If the soil feels hard or water tends to pool after rain, aeration may improve growing conditions and encourage stronger root development over time. Seasonal nutrition keeps recovery moving in the right direction. Even if Epsom salt helps correct a magnesium deficiency, grass still requires balanced nutrition throughout the year. Feeding the lawn according to its growing season supports steady development and reduces the likelihood of future stress-related discoloration. Don't ignore small warning signs. A few pale spots, slower growth, or thinning grass often appear before large brown patches become obvious. Responding early gives you a much better opportunity to correct minor problems before they spread across the lawn. The healthiest lawns aren't created by one treatment. They're built through consistent habits repeated week after week. Smart watering, proper mowing, healthy soil, and timely nutrition work together to create thick turf that naturally resists stress and recovers more quickly whenever challenges arise. That's the biggest takeaway from this video. The one-cup method isn't a shortcut that replaces good lawn care. It's a helpful tool that supports recovery when the conditions are right. Combine it with strong maintenance habits, and you'll spend less time repairing brown patches and more time enjoying a lawn that stays greener throughout the season. One common lawn care habit quietly encourages brown patches to return, even after fresh grass starts growing. Most homeowners repeat it every week without realizing the long-term impact. Watch the next video to discover the simple mowing mistake that could be holding your lawn back.